Talk about whatever you want to talk about. Yeah. Cleveland, what? Brooklyn? Man,
Yeah,
I can't believe I haven't really seen KD play yet. Sucks. All right, we're live. For sure we're live now. And let's get
um,
back here.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah. There
Hello,
we go.
Dub Nation. Hello, YouTubers. Poor man's commish here, your Warriors Credential Insider. And Gabe from
Hello.
our Discord server. He's back. We don't have Rebecca tonight. Load management. No, I'm just kidding. She just couldn't make it. And so we have Oakland forever. I stole Connor Letourneau's photo, so I thought that was pretty cool. What a beautiful court! And I'm gonna now go and finish up these awesome pregame warm ups and layup lines routines that I got. So I'm gonna work on that, and Gabe will intro you to Spurs Warriors and anything else around the NBA. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just catching up with the ends of the Net Cavs games and the Detroit Atlanta game, which is in overtime now. But as far as what we're concerned about, it looks like Wiggins is playing. There was a little bit of question about that for a
Oh,
minute.
who tweeted that?
Um,
Slater?
I
He's
think
always the one.
Slater said it. Yeah, one of
Yeah,
those
he's
guys.
got connections on that. He's probably got a
Yeah,
direct line to Rick Celebrini or something.
I'm sure.
He's always
Yeah.
the one that gets that.
Yeah, so there was a minute where it was kind of, I think he was deemed questionable. From what I saw, it was just kind of general sort of soreness and, just kind of wear and tear, nothing like a specific injury particularly. But it looks like he's good to go. So in that case, we've got all our normal rotation.
Yeah,
Spurs have
and
been
they're gonna go
interesting.
Oubre for the second unit. That's what Chris
Yeah,
said the last 2 days.
I think that worked really well against LA,
Yeah.
obviously. I think it's kind of a stealthy way of like sort of benching Oubre, but in a way that makes him actually more effective. Because
Mhm.
really, like the difference um, is just kind of decreasing the minutes that he and Steph are paired together, and I think that matters because that chemistry wasn't really working particularly well. And I think, I'm still hopeful that eventually they figure it out. But at least in the short term, like he clearly hadn't really learned how to play with Steph yet. Um, so putting him in units where he's able to kind of do a little bit more with Steph, because playing with Steph is very different than playing with just kind of a bench unit, right? You don't have to think about as much. And so I think that seemed to help a lot against the Lakers. And we're playing, the Lakers are the best team in the league. So if it worked well against them, I think that makes a lot of sense to continue with that rotation.
Yeah, and uh, don't overlook the Spurs.
Yeah, I
We
was gonna
didn't
say
talk
they're
about that. They've
they're
got wins
frisky.
over the Lakers and the Clippers as well.
Yeah, they've been interesting. It's kind of one of those things, as usual with the Spurs, where everyone's kind of waiting for them to be bad for about a decade now. It seems like every year it's like, well, this year they're just not going to make the playoffs or be any good. And it's not like they've made the playoffs every year, but they're never not feisty. And that happens when you have such a good culture and coaching. And then they just, they kind of just assemble talent around their roster. It's not
Yeah,
like they have any huge stars. They've got sort of end of career Aldridge and end of career DeRozan, who are both still good, obviously, but they're not going
yeah,
to like carry an elite team or anything. But they just have like kind of 10 guys that can all play, and that's kind of how they always function is they just are really good talent evaluators and they end up with just like useful NBA minutes guys all the way up and down their bench, even if like they don't always turn out to be stars. So they're deep as usual. They play a pretty deep lineup, and they're all kind of what you look for in rotation guys. They've got a ton of these sort of like rangy two-way players who are young. You know, Keldon Johnson has really taken a big leap this year.
Yes.
Devontae
Steve Kerr
Murray.
mentioned him first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's kind of the big sort of wake up call this year because last year he wasn't really doing anything, pretty bottom of their rotation. But Pop saw something in him and has put him in the starting lineup off and on, and he's really been producing. But Devontae Murray is healthy finally, and he's been really good. And then, you know, you've just got the sort of DeRozan, Aldridge, Patty Mills, who's been there forever and is always really solid. Rudy Gay, who's also just kind of like a steady veteran who will do what he needs to do. And then they've just got bodies that are all pretty solid. So one of those teams where, like, sure, their talent level isn't scary. You know, they're not the Lakers. They don't have AD and LeBron. They don't have that kind of level of top end talent, but they can't be overlooked because they're super well coached. And I mean, they're 8-6 in the West, and that says a lot. And as you said, they've beaten some good teams. They beat the Lakers, as you said, beat Portland, you know, beat the Clippers. So they've also, I mean, they have some weird losses. They're kind of just one of these teams that's like, you know, they're so well coached that they kind of can beat anybody, but they're also not high end talent heavy. And so they also will lose games that they, you know, theoretically should be. They're a team, honestly, one way to think about this is they're a team that we're very much in competition with for that like 7-6 seed, right? Like they're going to be right in there. Especially as we see Portland, unfortunately, you don't want to see injuries, but they, you know, they're going to be without McCollum and without Nurkic for a little while. And so we're going to almost certainly see them start to slide down the standings. And it's, you know, San Antonio, Warriors, a few other teams are all kind of right around that same spot. So
What is
important to win
Portland's
these.
record right now? And I'll be right back.
Yeah,
What's
Portland. Let me look. I don't know off the top of my head. Portland is 8-6 also.
Yeah, and just like Steph said post game, possibly last game or maybe 2 games ago. Yeah, it's 2 games ago. They the standings are so close to each other that you win a couple games, you can really couple games in a row, you could really make some strides.
Yep. Yeah, it's like a shortened season and it's all kind of crazy. And no, other than the Lakers and the Clippers, the whole rest of the West is really just kind of bunched up together. And so, you know, that's good news for us.
I've gotta take a quick we have some video out there of Wiggins pregame, Steph pregame. Steph pregame is already on our channel. Just FYI for people. So go ahead with what you're doing. I'm gonna send a couple of videos to my other phone and promote these.
Yeah. But yeah, so a big game in terms of standings jockeying. You know, you want to win these sort of tie-breaking possible games against teams that you might be right up against in the standings.
Yeah. Oh, let's talk real quick about before I go off and do this is man, I just feel like where's the credit for Steve Kerr? We talked about this during the Laker game. Throws in Jordan Poole, and the Lakers didn't quite know what to do with him. Like they contested a three, and like if you've been following the Warriors, maybe you play the psychological game with Jordan Poole and let him shoot to prove he can make a three, which has been a long time. And I just thought, what a perfect time to say, hey, Jordan, you're off the, previously known as Kent Bazemore doghouse. Now I'm going to play you. And he actually mentioned that because Kerith Burke asked Steve, great question, was, hey, Jordan Poole played 5 minutes, what's up? And he's basically like, you know me, I'm not going to sit you for a ton of time, maybe a week. So now is his time to go in. And we saw that Mulder didn't play. And I just thought, what a great time to like just throw the Lakers off a little bit. Like, I just feel like that was deliberate for that game plan. So those little things, like it's like the opposite. Like people continually just rag on Steve for whatever it is, substitutions or sending Steph to go set a pick, and it's funny. Like he's not going to get credit for that one little thing that I noticed.
Yeah,
But go
and
ahead. I'm gonna go
yeah,
do some video work.
when we've talked about this, that whole contingent of Warriors fandom, that's just so
Yeah,
they
well,
want
they're
to be
all on
mad
Twitter.
about things all the
That's the
time.
problem. Yeah, and
I
it's
just,
not just one or two people. It's like guys that have like thousands of followers that I
yeah,
feel are spreading misinformation because if you spend a lot of time, and we're still pregame here according to my stream. If you
yeah,
spend a lot of time with Kerr, listening to him speak, a lot of the people on our Discord really like when he talks. Like one of them just listened to like two other podcasts that had him the other day. That's even more than what I like to listen to. But yeah, I had Steve on, and the thing that he does well that people can't see and don't see is the behind the scenes management of all the egos and stuff. And you see all these guys, they love each other, and that's really because of Kurt. All right, we're about to
yeah,
start. You can go ahead with the play by play.
yeah.
I'm
We're
gonna
about to
still keep
start. I
working.
just wanted to shout out that really nice video that the Warriors like social team did of the Kamala
Ooh,
Harris
yes,
jersey and everything. They just played that right before they opened
I
back up into the
agree. I
starting
agree.
lineup.
That was
It was
great.
really nice to see. And these
That
jerseys look dope.
that gave me goosebumps when I saw Kamala Harris. And then you think about it, Steph signed a jersey. What does the 49 mean? I just haven't put two and two together. But
It's a
she's number
great,
40. They gave her a 49.
yeah, it's a great question. I actually don't know what that is. Somebody out there
So
in the
anyway,
YouTube
yeah.
comments know what the 49 is about.
So yeah, I got goosebumps because it's like, oh my God, Steph's autograph is literally in the White House right now, like on a
Yeah, it's
wall
real neat.
somewhere. That's
All
so
right, we
cool.
just
Like that doesn't
tipped.
happen every day. All right, cool. I'm with you until next time out.
Okay.
Spurs win the tip.
Yeah, Spurs have the
Wait,
ball.
James Wiseman lost the tip? I guess
I
he did.
know. To Lamarcus Aldridge, too.
My
Surprising.
God, those uniforms look awesome from
I
afar.
know.
Oh my
Nice to
God.
see Spurs miss. Wiggins controls the
I
rebound.
want that to
Draymond
be like a
starting it.
dessert so I could eat it. The court to be a cake. Wouldn't that be the
Yeah.
best cake ever? Oh my God. It'd be the
Wiseman
best cake
springs
ever.
open on like an 18-footer and misses.
God damn, you're
Laurie's
heavy.
saying 49th vice president. That's probably true. I
Oh,
guess,
okay.
yes, with the
Huh.
different,
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess so.
I'm a little
Somewhere in there.
embarrassed. I teach US history. I should know this.
Oh
Anyways,
God. Don't admit that.
Wiseman gets the rebound, goes full court, and gets the
Oh,
foul
it's
on the
beautiful to watch.
way more under
Go
control this
94.
time,
Yeah.
compared to that
Yeah.
terrible Gasol turnover that everyone talked about after.
But the great thing was, and Kerr said it, is that he loved the fact that Wiseman slammed the water cooler. And then I think we have the video of this. Eric Pascal said, "Oh, it scared me. I was on the bike, and then bam."
Yeah, and Draymond had that whole thing about like he doesn't want to play with guys who don't care, and it's just nice to see that he wants to be great, and they keep saying that.
I love it too. I love it
Yeah.
too. I
So
love
Wise,
how he's so quiet, and then
yeah,
bam, slam
he'll
a
get
water
it.
cooler.
He'll get
Kind of
it.
like Steve, because Steve
Hmm.
broke a clipboard, and he was on like 95.7, and gave a little secret of how he broke a clipboard already,
Yep. So
and how he
Wiseman
did
hit
it.
one of two. Um, Aldridge misses the long jumper. I think this will be a good matchup for Wiseman. Wow.
Yeah,
Aldridge comes over and blocks Oubre on the weak side, because Aldridge is just kind of slow. I mean, like he's very
yeah.
skilled, but he's not gonna beat Wiseman by quickly blowing by him or anything.
Yep.
He's going to be just play very patiently. And Wiseman should be able to do what he's about to do, which is finish on that roll. Excellent. Great find by Curry there on that pick and roll. And Wiseman, again, this is improvement. We're already seeing the patience and body control on this to not end up with a charge. He really kind of slides around DeRozan while still using his length and height to finish. It's much better. And then he hits the free throw, completes the and one. It's 4-0 Warriors. All
What
Wiseman. So
time mark are you on?
10:13.
Oh, shoot. Now I'm ahead of you. Okay. Let me know when you get to 10:02.
Okay. And now.
Okay. Probably a couple seconds behind you.
And DeRozan gets Curry on a switch, but the Warriors are sort of hovering around.
Good job by Steph putting his chest in the body there.
Yeah.
But in between four guys, the Spurs get the rebound. And
That's
then they
bad.
score.
Yeah.
That's
real
Steve's
bad.
going to be pissed about that.
You play great defense that whole possession, and then you just can't control it.
Yeah. You know what's weird about the Oakland logo is like the A forces the N to be crooked.
Yeah, it is kind of odd. Draymond hits the straightaway three.
Good
always
Lord,
a
those
good
unis
sign.
Are great. Man.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
If people want to buy the jersey, kindly use our affiliate link. We're an official affiliate of Warriors Shop. If you go to our Twitter, you'll see it at the top.
That guy tries Draymond. They don't call the charge.
Draymond with the respect.
Wiseman gets the rebound.
Like, Draymond does not get called a foul on those because he has a DPOY.
Yep.
We need more Warriors to get that.
Hard to beat us if Draymond's going to hit a three.
Oh, nice Converse colorway. Yeah. Draymond. Good Lord. These unis are incredible.
Patiently weaves his way. Oh, gets the foul.
Yeah. Cool,
that was, again, I'm liking both Oubre and Wiseman so far, just being really patient with their attacks. Like Oubre in the beginning of the year, he was just going like all speed all the time, straight at the rim, which you like, but he can be out of control.
Even 3 games ago, not just beginning, but up until 3 games ago, let's say, yeah.
And that was just really smart and under control, and he's able to kind of like.
He's got a little thing on his eye. I wonder if he got cut there or what the hell that is.
Yeah, he's got that like Nelly bandage or whatever.
Wow. Yeah, blast from the past there.
Thanks. I appreciated a nano miss.
Yeah, I know.
Oubre hit both his free throws.
We have another anonymous on our website, and I'm wondering if it's the same person. Let us know, Anano, if you're the same Anano. Well, Wiseman got schooled there by DeMar.
Yeah, DeRozan is got that like Dwayne Wade school of the.
And James goes like this. He goes, "Yeah,
yep.
I know DeMar does that."
I'm sure there was some video about that. DeRozan had 2 fouls on that Oubre drive also, which is potentially important. 9-3 right now for those of you who can't see the score. 4 now from
and then
DeRozan.
They got the "We Believe" on the side of it.
Yeah, can we just always have these jerseys? Let's just always do this. Oh, great cut by Oubre. Beautiful pass.
Slammed it home. Oh, man. You know what makes it is the yellow trim. And Oubre with the yellow headband. Just beautiful unit.
Great defense there from Steph. Really walled Murray off.
Yeah.
DeRozan going in. Murray is not a great three-point shooter, so you will allow that. He's gotten better. Draymond almost travels, but controls it. Draymond drives all the way. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Offense is really clicking. Yep.
It's like Kerr said, that was the old Draymond, and then Steph also post-game was like, how did he term it? Oh, God. It was kind of funny. Oh, blast from the past, Draymond.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it. Draymond had in his own social media, like that highlight of him doing basically that exact play against the Lakers. I forget exactly what happened, but essentially, a Steph Dre pick and roll that he just drives all the way to the hoop, and they play him to pass so intensely that he's able to do that. And I saw in his social media, like he it was on Instagram, he like reposted wherever the video was posted from, the Warriors feed or whatever. And then he had captioned it like, I need to do this more often. Um
Right.
so I think
And
he's
what was that?
realizing,
That was that play right there that he
yep,
needs to do more often, right?
yeah, pretty much the exact same thing. And I think I mean, he's obviously a basketball genius, but I think it's super smart because it's really true that other teams are playing him entirely for the path.
Yep.
And it's not like he needs
Yeah,
to do that
they
every
have to.
time, but
Yeah.
you know, make people play you honestly, and then that pass will be open the next time. And against Indiana, I feel like he was kind of forcing that to Wiseman, and Turner was just playing it perfectly and kind of catching that pass every time, but he wasn't going up with it.
Somebody commented on one of our videos, why would you name your kid Nick Kerr? No, no, why would you comment that? Like, obviously, you've never had children and never named a child, but someday karma comes around. Someone's going to make fun of your kid's name, whatever you name it, Derek. Like, why would you, like, what goes through your head to say something that, I don't want to call it venomous, but that, like, irrelevant and just grammar school type stuff. But anyways,
Yeah,
that's your usual commentary on YouTube. I'm not going to delve into that. I am going to now
another great
put the
finish in
YouTube
another
link.
game. Magic and Timberwolves are going down to the last few seconds. A
All
lot of
right,
games tonight.
warm up
Uh,
video.
while we're still coming back, just the Cavs Nets game was so absurd. I don't know if you caught any of that. It was the first big three Nets game, and
Yeah,
they go to double
yeah.
OT versus the Cavs, who are missing Garland and only have 8 active players. And Colin Sexton just goes unconscious in the second overtime and
Huh. That's what you love about the NBA and these young guys trying to. I mean, look, Brooklyn's going to go through exactly what we went through, which is we got that target on our backs.
yep.
All right, we're
Oh
back.
man, great fast break here after the great defense. Wiggins can't convert,
Ooh,
but they're clicking.
I'm telling you, even if you want to fast forward, you shouldn't, but if you want to fast forward to Clay Thompson on that break,
Yeah.
at least Oubre knows to get the ball there.
Oh man, lazy
Oh,
pass from
Steph.
Steph though, just gives it right back.
ah,
Kerr is
that's
smashing something in his brain right there.
Kerr. Yeah, they are good. Kerr's gonna get gift on that one.
Yeah,
That is
that is his
so
least favorite thing.
incredible, giftable.
Oh,
That was so
beautiful.
funny. What a off-ball screen by Steph to free up
Yep.
Dre from the back door,
And
and Pop is
Wiseman
pissed.
finding him.
Kerr and Pop exchanging upset, internal,
Yep, for
implosive.
sure.
Geez,
Spurs splashing
DeRozan.
3.
Yeah.
So
So
11-15 for those of you who don't have a score.
Steph would call that a god awful turnover, like he did after the Denver game.
Nice. Wiggins hits
Yes,
the and
Wiggs
one.
and one.
One thing that I'm
What's that?
noticing
Kel,
from a few,
Walker.
yeah, Lonnie Walker. I'm noticing the Warriors being very aggressive towards the rim between Draymond and Oubre and Wiggins. And it is very notable that the Spurs have a lot of good perimeter defense, but LaMarcus Aldridge is far from a threat at the rim. Nobody's really scared of going up on him. So they should look to punish that. DeRozan's got Wiseman out at the line. No, Wiseman stays still with him. And another good defensive possession, forcing a late clock pull-up. Murray can't hit. Wiseman clears.
All right, 18-11.
Yeah.
Warriors.
We still haven't had a shot taken by Steph, which is an
I
interesting
know,
trend.
right?
Wiggins drives and gets the foul again.
Hey, go to the line again, Wiggs.
They're seeing that, and I mean, they're not dumb. They know LaMarcus Aldridge's reputation, that he's not an amazing defender, and he's certainly not a big-time shot blocker. So once they get by those perimeter guys, and that's the third one on DeRozan. That's huge.
Ooh, that is huge.
So we're not going to see DeRozan for some time now.
Pop's got to be pretty pissed at DeRozan for that. Like,
yeah, that's
you
bad
got two
foul
already, and I got to take you out now.
Wiggins misses the first. We got Bazemore checking in now for Wiseman and Oubre sitting for Looney. Looks like a technical now on the Spurs. I don't know on who.
Pop.
Curry obviously hit that. No, DeRozan on his way off the court picks up the technical. Yeah. Not a great start for him. So we got one more free throw from Wiggins. 19-11 now for the Warriors. They keep doing close-ups of those jerseys, and they just look so cool.
Oh, my God. Whoever designed those should get a raise instantly.
Wiggins misses both. Did that again in the Lakers game, too. Great defense again from Wiggins. Forces the tough shot. Warriors clear. Steph all the way to the rim.
Steph.
Yeah, they're getting to the rim pretty easily, which bodes very well.
Steph, Draymond, PNR.
Yeah, they just showed the field goal percentage. Warriors shooting 70% so far.
You just love that, like, the fake and the hezzy.
Looney just doesn't quite stay still for that foul on the block there. Yeah, just beautiful move from Steph. About 4 beautiful moves from there, the more you look at that replay.
Yeah.
Just has everybody jumping in the opposite directions. Man. Well, Cole Anthony, or Orlando's rookie, just beat the Timberwolves on the last second 3-pointer. So
that's cool to see all these guys.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So tonight you had Sexton and you had Cole Anthony.
Yeah, and the Hawks.
Anthony's son.
Yeah, the Hawks rallied from way down to come back and win in overtime. Some interesting stuff. Wiggins taking the rookie down to the post and just bullies him into the rim. 23-13. Warriors have 14 points in the paint, and it's just what we've been saying. They're just parading to the rim. Popovich is certainly furious at how his team is playing defense right now. Force another miss from a long jumper. Curry pulls up in transition. They cover it. He recovers. And we have, I think, an illegal screen on Looney. Yeah. Okay. Well, Spurs have the ball. 13-23. Rudy Gay just checked in. I think Popovich looking to his vet to get something happening here. And now, welcome out to the floor. Yeah, Patty Mills, Pirtle, and Gay all checking in. Much more veteran team out there now. Curry with the great defense on that drive. Warriors can't control, eventually do. So Pirtle is a much better shot blocker in there now, placing Aldridge. But he's slow. If Curry can get ISO'd on him, that would be good. Curry pulls it, hits the 3 and the foul.
What is that? A horizontal 3 like this?
Like a dolphin 3 celebration.
No, no
Yeah.
landing space. He ends up on his stomach, and then he does the three like this.
Yeah. Murray
God,
just can't slow
that is
himself
a
down coming
total,
around.
total Zaza Kawhi,
Yep.
dangerous landing spot type thing.
Yeah,
You
that's
just,
tough.
you
I
need
mean,
half of Dub Nation's like holding their breath right there.
I feel for the defender there because like I just don't know how you
Yeah,
guard that.
exactly.
Bad miss from Gay. Curry's fired up. It's
Oh, two guys on
Draymond.
Steph again.
Bazemore with kind
Oh,
of an
okay,
ill-advised
Faze.
jump shot, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine.
It's like I like the aggressiveness, like the
Yeah,
confidence in
you
that
can you can
rare
find a better
Bazemore.
shot though.
Yeah, the rare Bazemore turn pivot shot.
Oh, that's a weird play. So
Whoa,
Bazemore kind of falls down. Looks like he's okay, and
that's
Mills
Patty
is able
Mills
to
for you.
shoot.
Always
Oh,
making some
great.
weird
Oh
ones.
man,
Oh, gee.
can't convert. Pass was slightly late, it looked. Oh, but Wiggins or Bazemore gets a
I
steal.
think Bazemore got in the way of. Uh, oh no, that was
Huh.
who the hell is that? I think I'll give
I think
Looney
Looney,
credit for the
yeah, Looney
deflection.
might have tipped it to Bazemore, and then Bazemore finishes under control.
29-15.
Yeah, this is the
Nice.
best first quarter
I
they've
look up
played
and we're
in,
up to 14.
I mean,
Yeah,
since the
finally.
Kings game, probably.
Finally came out focused.
Well, there's been a lot of shit talking about
Whoa.
their starting lineup, and I think they
Yeah.
might have heard that. And
Rudy Gay with the behind the
that
back
was, yeah, that was nifty.
swing. Okay, ready, Rudy
Uh,
Gay.
Devin Vassell
Uh,
finishes it, rookie out of Florida State. He was one of the guys that was pretty
oh,
heavily. Yeah, that's such a nice move
that
by Steph.
was that the same one,
Yeah,
or is
that's
that a
that
different
same
one?
one.
Oh my God. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's I had to go work when you were saying there were about four great moves on that one.
Oh yeah, it was just nasty.
Ah, such a treat to watch Steph, man.
Yeah.
That was incredible. That one's going
Um,
on TikTok.
for sure. That's already just incredible. I mean, the like little slight body control moves on there that just
Ugh,
make a guy jump the wrong direction or just get off like on the wrong
that just
foot.
makes my day. We just need
Yeah.
to finish this one off. Take home with the win, man. That feels so good.
Yeah, well, the good news for us in this game so far, I mean, obviously everything's clicking pretty well. They're shooting
Oh yeah,
incredibly
good.
well, even without a ton of threes. They've only made two threes, but just the general like, they're getting to the rim a ton. But more importantly, like the second unit has been so good that
Yeah, it's like
the
we're looking forward to them.
yeah, that
Still
like,
rather.
if the first unit can get you a lead, I think you're feeling good that the second unit can hold or extend that.
We
So
got
we've had
warm up
some
video.
questions.
Uploading warm up
I saw
video.
some questions here about Oubre's sort of long-term future coming in on the YouTube chat. And I think there's a couple things to address there. Somebody earlier talking about like really sort of like what will Oubre be there next year and then what's his role and that kind of
Wow,
thing.
that's looking ahead. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean I think so.
hard to
I
predict
do
the
want to
future like that.
clarify somebody said that Oubre was on a 2-year contract and that's I want to make that clear. It's not actually true. He's not signed for next year. So the Warriors will have to decide whether to re-sign him. They do have his bird rights, which means that they have kind of control over that process, or at least they can if they want to make sure they keep him, they can do that. They can go,
Meaning they can pay more
yeah,
to keep them than another team can pay to grab them.
yeah, and they can go over the cap to do it, whereas other teams
Right.
have to stay within the cap rules, which matters to the Warriors because they're over the cap.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um, as
that's
far as
huge.
his role, so I mean, I think this year you can see is kind of an elongated tryout for him. If he
Yeah.
plays like he played in that Lakers game, then I bet they're going to try to keep him. Um, if he plays like
Yeah,
he played in
and
those
we
first
get
couple games, then no, but that's the deal.
and really one future Hall of Fame player can really make a difference, like Clay coming back, like
Yeah,
the presence of that. I mean, really, you add Clay and we're instantly in the championship talk,
for sure.
right? And so as part of that, you want pieces for your championship team, and I think Oubre is a critical part of that.
Yep.
Even if he
And right
plays,
on schedule, he hits a three on the Steph
yeah,
pick and roll.
splashes.
Yep.
And he was splashing in the pregame. I have a video of that up right
Oh,
now. I
and
mean,
he
no one's gonna.
draws the offensive foul right
Oh,
back. I
just
would,
seeing the, you know, he's a two-way player, but starting with the defense.
yep,
So I actually love those because that was me in high school. Like I had to
nice.
develop my offense.
Uh,
But yeah, I'm gonna answer
oh,
that. I think
Steph.
Oubre stays.
Oh my God, Steph.
Oh yeah, splash, baby.
Oh wow.
Another incredible crossover out there. He's just who else has these crossovers out there? I mean, I don't even think Damian has it. Damian uses his shoulder more
Yeah,
to
that's like
create the space.
him and Kyrie are really the
Oh,
only guys who do
yeah,
anything like that.
yeah. And
Spurs hit a
and
jumper. Steph's in attack mode.
Kyrie can't really shoot the set shot from there. He has to jump.
Oh, Steph, but Looney can't handle it. That was a great look though.
Looney's a little off today. I mean,
And
like
then
if
Oubre
he's
just takes it back
oh man, Oubre, another one.
and then finds
What
Looney,
a pass!
who finds Steph.
Oh, extra,
Oh,
extra, extra. Oh yeah,
yep.
yeah. I mean, you give it to Steph every time.
Oh, what?
Oh, this is well. Look, are we not entertained? We are
Oh my God.
entertained.
Yeah, 2035 for those of you who need the score.
Oh my God! Bye bye,
Yeah, they
Patty.
just showed that
Wow.
highlight.
Like I can do that move, but at that slow motion speed.
Sure.
Jesus, that was slow motion. My God. Ah,
Pirtle kind of just
whoa.
unimpeded to the
Okay.
rim there.
Had a
Sort of
little.
slow rotation.
Something was wrong there because it's Damien, one of the highest IQ guys out there, going, "Hey, what did we do right there?" So they'll
Yeah,
figure it out.
somebody clearly supposed to rotate, but didn't.
Yeah, I have a
Oubre with
feeling
the
it.
slow attack, pulls it, misses, but he gets fouled. Gets himself to the line.
I'm gonna guess that Damien was supposed to be where he was supposed to be, just his high IQ. But I'm not gonna dwell on one.
Yeah, hard to see without
You're gonna get
replaying
those.
that.
48 minutes. You're gonna get a few of those.
Um,
Okay, I'm now going to take a picture of this. So hang tight. Hold on. Got a notification that has to go away. Go away. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. All right, cool. Good enough.
all right, Oubre 1 of 2, so 6.
36-22. Another great game by Oubre. So happy for him.
Yeah, he's finding himself, and then we'll see him in the second unit mix and see if he can keep it going. Patty Mills with the great drive. Wow, that's tough.
Freaking Patty.
Yeah, he's just always really good.
Look at
Oubre
this
finding
passing.
Steph. Wow, great defense from the rookie to sell there.
Okay.
Draws the jump ball with Steph. Wow, it's a
Yeah.
tough defensive play.
I want to see a replay on that one. Okay. Steph had him beat.
Yeah, he
Okay.
just got ball there.
Long
Wow.
arms.
Mm-hmm.
Who
He
are,
was
who are
one
we
of the
talking about?
prime
Ryan?
trade down candidates if the Warriors had been interested in trading down.
Who is this?
Devin Vassell.
Oh, right. Devin Vassell. We had the Devin Vassell army.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
my
he
words.
looks
That was Eric
good.
Apricot came up with that. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Before
I think
Wiseman became a thing. Yeah.
he's
Was
kind
it
of who
Devin
we
Vassell?
thought, which is that
Yeah.
he's not a star, but he's
But
probably
he
a
was
good
what?
role.
Yeah, exactly. He was a good pick at whatever he was in
Yeah,
the teens, right?
for
Something
sure.
like that.
They
And
cover out.
everybody kept saying trade down, trade down. So that was a
Yeah.
trade down scenario.
All right,
But
they
anyway,
cover Steph pretty well on the transition. Oubre tries to take it, misses. We're up 12 going into the second. Some good questions happening in the YouTube chat that I want to talk about.
cool.
Oh, the initial Oubre related question, when Clay returns, if Oubre starts. I mean, I think that question is kind of flawed. When Clay returns, Oubre's not starting, and I think that just ends that
But that's
conversation,
just fine, right?
which is
Because
great. Yeah, then you have a great
Iguodala
6 man.
start, right? Yeah, that's your Iguodala replacement, which is a hell of a replacement considering how hard it is to find a guy like that.
And I think some of that is connected to these questions about sort of like how to deal with the Wiggins contract and stuff. I think Bob Myers' best case scenario in his brain here is Oubre plays to a level where they sign him again, and they're able to get him on hopefully not like insane amount of money. Um, Wiggins plays up to, if not his contract, then at least close to it, and I think we're
Yeah,
seeing a lot of signs that that might be possible. I mean,
right,
he's never going to play up to his contract because his contract is for a
right,
serious star level guy. And I just think he's not that guy. But if he's at least the type of player who would be, earning 15, 16 million a year on a new contract right now, then I think you're fine. You're fine overpaying him a little bit if you get this Minnesota pick and you aren't trying to fit in D'Angelo into your team, right? Um, and so I think Bob Myers' dream, if Lacob is down to just pay the tax forever, which seems
mhm,
true for now. I mean, again, if you can sell, it seems like if you can sell Lacob on like, we are going to compete for the title this year, then he
yeah,
would foot the bill. And I think if you slot Clay into this team that exists right now, uh, I think you make that argument pretty clearly that you're a title contender. And so in that case, Wiggins remains, Oubre remains. You just slide Oubre to the bench and start Clay, and then you add that spacing to the starting lineup. That's kind of their one real lacking situation that they've got going. Even if Oubre comes back to his normal percentages, like he and Wiggins still don't space the floor the way that Clay would, obviously. And so I think then you have an amazing squad. You have Oubre and Pascal off the bench as your first two guys off the bench with Clay in there. I think you're you're super excited if that can happen next year. But I think
right.
also Myers is, he's going to listen to trade offers on Wiggins if it's for a star, but he's not just going to dump that salary. All right, we got the second unit with Jordan Poole in this time. Ends up with an open Poole shot, which he throws away into a turnover. Wow, Oubre with the incredible weak side block.
Nice
Pascal
and
going
missed them all.
downhill. Uh, Gets the shot kind of altered by Pirtle and misses. Pirtle's, I think, a better center than Aldridge. I mean, Aldridge is better on offense,
Be
of
right
course,
back.
but Pirtle bothers shots. Gay driving. Good connected defense by the Warriors. Oubre again pokes the ball loose, and Patty Mills has to shoot a long three at the shot clock, and they miss.
I mean, aside from the couple of spectacular Steph moves, Oubre's been the best player for the Warriors.
Yeah, I agree. Lee gets a clean look, but misses. Devin Vassell with the pull-up misses. Oh,
Oh,
man. Pascal dribbles it off his foot. Yeah, people talking about surprising that the Warriors are beating the Spurs by this much, given that the Spurs, aren't like down anybody and they have a record better than the Warriors. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the Warriors are better than their record is, I think, the answer to that question. Oh man, Wanamaker just fails to block out.
of course, somebody is like, so the second unit didn't come out with fire this time. So it's hard to get everyone to play great at the same time.
Yeah, also, all they need to do is hold a lead. I mean, the fact that the second unit has been like pushing the leads up is not what you expect from them. What you want them to do is just hold the lead.
Yeah.
So we're still up 10 though, but they foul Lyles. Pascal will get some stuff going to the rim soon too. Yeah, Pascal just reaches a bit. He had the block on the second effort, but he reached on the first. So we've got Wanamaker, Poole, Lee, Oubre, and Pascal. They've got Mills, their second guard of Vassell, Mills, Vassell, Lyles, Gay, and Hurdle. The Warriors a little smaller, and they give up an offensive rebound again. Kerr's got to be furious. This is like 3 offensive rebounds in the immediate second.
Free throw.
Yeah.
It's never happened on a free throw. Really should never. Never.
Don't get punished for it at least. So here we go.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole with the pass to Pascal's foot, but Oubre recovers. And then,
so ugly right now.
Wow, gets his own rebound, goes back up, can't finish, man. Getting a little ugly with the second unit here. And I think Poole fouled Pirtle on the post up.
Yeah. We're a little small right now, but
Walker checking in for Vassell. Vassell looked good out there. Good, solid role player. The Spurs just always find those guys because they always pick like 16, and they always just get somebody who's actually useful. Rudy Gay drives in and finishes, leads down to 7. All right, let's go second unit. Oh my God, Wanamaker almost dribbles it backcourt. Poole can't finish on the drive. Spurs get the ball again. Rudy Gay taking over a bit here. Kerr's gonna call a timeout imminently.
5-point
lead down to 5. Second unit has been the opposite of
-10 basically.
Yep. I mean,
be broken. No,
the defense and the rebounding is the real issue. I think they're getting okay shots. You know, there's a couple dumb turnovers, but for the most part, like Oubre's gotten a couple looks at the rim. Lee had a wide open 3. Poole had another like layup at the rim that missed. They're just blowing those shots.
Yeah, but the defense and the kind of the mindless turnovers, as Steve would put it, or mindless, pass to a guy's foot. You're dribbling and you dribble off your foot. Even Wanamaker crossing half court, dribbling off his foot, but that wasn't a turnover. It just like
sloppy,
really off.
Yeah, real sloppy.
Get locked in, guys. Like the urgency isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think actually some of that plays into it. I mean, these last few days of all these bench guys doing media availabilities and, oh man, the second unit's been playing so great. Can you comment about that? It kind of, gets in your head, and then you step on the floor and you're just not locked in because you think, oh, our second unit's been so great. It's just basketball. I mean, you see that at every level.
Yeah, it's also like, there's a level of make or miss to a lot of this too, right? Lee hits that open 3. Pascal makes one of those at the rim shots, then nobody really has anything to say. So turnovers and rebounding, though, those are fixable issues. The allowing offensive rebounds, I think as a Warriors fan the last several years, even when they were dynastically great, that seemed to be the one thing that like was always a killer because they'd always play small and some team would you'd have Tristan Thompson just gobbling up offensive rebounds. I feel like I have PTSD about offensive rebounding.
Yeah. Totally agree.
Got that Madam VP splash screen on the comeback here. Yeah, I'm interested about the Poole over Mulder choice here. That's 2 games in a row where that's happened, and I'm just curious. It didn't look like Mulder was playing badly particularly, and I'm just wondering what that choice was. I don't know.
Yeah, he's taken the Bazemore role, which then got passed over to Jordan Poole. It's one of those just numbers things. Like, so we're figuring out that That's what Steve does. When you have so many guys on your squad, you can't play everybody every night. So the strategy is to, okay, you play a week and then you play a week and then
Yeah.
so do it like that. And he
Haskell
probably got
bullied
that from
while not
Phil
looking.
Jackson.
Yeah. I mean, I think he was probably one of those guys,
Yeah.
or at least some of those Spurs teams. Pascal takes a dead on three,
Oh,
man, short. He's
oh,
been
grab it.
short on a lot. Nice rebound.
Hey,
Oubre.
Oubre
There we
feeling
go.
it.
There we go.
Breaks a drought, mini drought.
Yeah, Oubre having himself a really good game. But yeah, that was the first shot we've made the quarter, so that's nice.
Wow. And we're, 4 minutes in.
Uh,
Oh,
that's all right.
wait. Okay.
That's the kind of
Wait.
offensive rebound poke that you'll accept is after the contest like that. Wiggins checking back
I
in for
didn't think that hit the rim, but it resets to 14 anyway, so it's close enough. Probably would have been around 12.
yeah, I think it's
Oh, it is 9. See?
no,
There
you're
you
right.
go.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to keep games in my rec league, so I have 20 years of experience with
Oh,
this
great
stuff.
defense there.
All right, Wanamaker.
It leads to a Lee
Was
wide
kind
open
of a bad
three.
pass.
Yeah, but Wiggins
All
cleans it
right.
up.
The almost air ball, which always goes to the offense.
Yep. I think, I don't know the reasoning and everything, but I like Kerr having kind of a short leash on Poole there and pulling Wiggins back in.
Mm.
Poole seemed a little out of the flow of it, and the lead was starting to evaporate. Wiggins obviously way more trustworthy.
Oh no.
Wanamaker just chucks it out of bounds there. I don't know what the miscommunication was there. He clearly expected Wiggins to be in a place.
Wiggins did point at himself just momentarily. I
Yeah,
saw
maybe
there,
that's like an established rotation where he's supposed to drift to that point.
But in any case, second unit not as locked in as usual.
Yeah, still an 8-point game though.
Damian out
Spurs,
there playing the 4. I
yeah,
like watching Damian play 4 against Rudy Gay.
yep. Oubre forces a tough shot there. I mean, they're playing defense pretty well, other than those like offensive rebound issues. Pascal hasn't been able to get going. Let's see if Lee can hit one. No, Lee's been kind of in a weird slump the last few games.
Yeah, it's like you get cursed. Like,
yeah,
hey, you've been like reporters do not praise players
another
too much.
offensive
It's
rebound.
pick and choose. Ah,
There we go.
good.
Lee with the rebound there. Luckily, the Spurs offense has been pretty anemic as well, and so they haven't really punished our problems. See if Pascal can do something here. There we go.
Okay,
Nice little
let's get
jumper.
going.
Yeah, lead back up to 10. Pop says he's had enough of that.
Yeah, he knows about Pascal. I got to do a couple things here.
Yeah, I think Pirtle has done a pretty good job containing Pascal's like bully ball type drives. Pirtle's a big dude. He hasn't really been able to move him much, but I think Pascal can get that mid range off because Pirtle's kind of playing off of him.
Yeah, there's no way you can keep up with that.
He'll get that. And meanwhile, the lead's back up to 10. And when Steph isn't in and you can still hold the lead around 10, you're happy.
I see what's going on here. 2:35.
Yeah, Anonymous is talking about like how Wiseman doesn't really have like a big center to learn from on this team. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be like a long-term issue, but that was something I was really, when there was rumors of us, going after Marc Gasol, for instance, like I didn't think we really needed Marc Gasol as, like I wanted Wiseman to get the most of the center minutes and Draymond and Looney. But I really wanted Gasol just for that, like the mentorship of Wiseman in the practice room and around the team. Like I think that would have been amazing for Wiseman's development because Gasol is amazing at all the stuff that Wiseman has to learn, and Wiseman has the physical talents and just freakish athleticism that Gasol never had. And so like if you could kind of put those things together a little bit, you'd have the most dominant center. So I was hoping he could teach him a little bit of that. I think Draymond, though, honestly, is that guy, right? Like it's not like he can't tell Wiseman how to be Shaq or something, but in terms of just recognizing defensive rotations and that kind of thing, like I think that's the real key to Wiseman's success is if he can click in to defense at even somewhere approaching Draymond's level of understanding of defense, then the offense will come. But if he can do that defensively, like then he's locked in to be a really, really serious level player. But I mean, this year is just weird. I imagine once the pandemic is controlled, there will be a lot more practice, obviously, and the team will, I think his development will accelerate once there's a lot more ability to, he didn't get to go to training camp for more than a couple days and all this kind of stuff. So once he's able to do all that, we'll see an acceleration, I imagine. All right, we're back. Warriors playing a little press. A little zone press going on. Spurs break it. Now they're reverting back to zone in the half court. Spurs get in the middle. Warriors making it tough for them. DeRozan, beautiful series of fakes. Aldridge with the offensive rebound.
It's going to be tough to box him out.
Yeah, without Draymond. Unit. But I bet Draymond's coming in soon.
Oh, Steve getting a tech. He saw something that he didn't like.
Don't know what that was all about, but
it'd be great to see a replay.
Yeah, I'm looking on Twitter to see if there's some sort of carry on where that happened. Well, all right, gift them a point.
I wonder if it, it's probably Aldridge related.
Yeah, I imagine maybe he thought it was over the back or something. I don't know. I didn't see anything that stood out to me, but he obviously has a closer seat. All right. So anyways, Steph, Wiseman, Draymond all back in. And lead is 7 with Wanamaker and Wiggins. Steph comes off the screen, finds an open Wanamaker, can't find it.
All right, up 7.
Still playing zone. Wanamaker.
That calls for a foul.
Yeah, he tried that Iguodala strip move, but
yeah, only Iguodala gets that.
Another Wizards game postponed. Wonder if they'll ever play again.
What's their record like? Single digits games played?
I was gonna say they've lost 5 games now. All right, DeRozan hits both free throws and the lead's back down to 5. See if Steph and the gang can push this back out. Offense has looked a lot.
Wanamaker, Steph, backcourt, Wiseman in there, pick.
Right, Wiggins wide open. There we go.
Go Wiggs.
Steph finding him on that skip pass. Yeah, I mean, they're not getting bad looks. They just, some of these will start to fall. Steph with a good stunt there on DeRozan. Draymond helps on Aldridge, forcing a kind of bad pass. Oof. Big old air ball from whoever that was. It's Keldon Johnson.
Keldon.
Yeah, Draymond's kind of messing with them. That was a great find by Steph. Oh, Steph.
Oh, yes, sir.
No help from the broadcast team.
Yeah.
Good defense, good rotations. Yeah, and there we go, coming back for the rebound. Defense has been solid. If they controlled the boards better, this would be a much bigger lead. Spurs doing a pretty good
Watch
job of
Steph off the
switching
ball.
the ball, but yeah.
Just a
Whew,
beautiful
Steph.
sharp cut.
And his
It all
finishing
happened
is
because
so tough.
just the way that he came off of that curl.
Mm-hmm.
Wanamaker didn't even set the best screen. It was just normal.
Yep.
And wow. Full head of steam and finished it.
Good rotations
Here we
again.
go. This is what we need.
Wiseman,
Up
find
12.
Wiseman. Come on. There we go.
Oh, Draymond finds him.
Yep.
Smash.
Wanamaker was a little scared to throw that, and Draymond knew immediately
it
what to
doesn't
do.
happen often. Yeah.
Yep.
That's another great reason to have Draymond on the court.
He just recognizes things
Look at that
so
defense.
quickly.
Yep. Look at him switch.
Oh my
Jesus.
God. Yeah.
Hall of
Let's see.
Fame
Wiseman on
right
DeRozan.
Here.
Much better. Good contest.
What
Stays
a great
on.
stretch. Oh, what a pass.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Warrior basketball.
There we go. That's perfect. Man, this starting unit, is gelling this game. Yeah, wow. That was beautiful, beautiful basketball. Steph's hyped up. Wiggins with the great drive and dump right there. They're learning to play with each other, those new guys.
Cool.
That's really nice to see. Leads back up to 16. Starters on starters, the Warriors have dominated this game. Warriors still shooting incredibly well, 53% even after that pretty empty stretch from the second unit. Really, if you look at just the first unit shooting, they're shooting 75%. It's pretty ridiculous.
That's incredible.
I think Wiseman, honestly, with maybe his best half, I think he put up more points against the Nets and the Bucks, but in terms of his patience on defense, he only has one foul. That's very big. He's got 3 assists already. He's been way more involved. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And he's just looked very under control, which has been great.
Yeah, exactly.
And watching him and Draymond maneuver, on the back line of the defense, has been really cool to see. And I think they've been operating really sharply. Yeah. Starting unit's looking fantastic. This is exciting. Wiseman talking on defense. All right, we're back. Curry and Wiseman bottling up that pick and roll really well, and Wiseman getting a really close contest to a block on Aldridge's jumper, which is tough to do. Curry pulls. Oh my God. Curry's feeling it. The whole team's really, really, really vibing.
Wow.
19-point lead now.
That sweet sound of the splash.
That was pretty good defense. Wanamaker gets called for the block there. Curry just, man, DeRozan, you cannot be that far off. Come on.
Oh, the way he just pointed, oh my God.
Yeah, DeRozan's got to know better than that. You can't take 3 steps off Curry on those. Oh, and then great defense forces the
He's
turnover.
on one.
Yeah, they're clicking. As soon as the starters got back in, just the level of play went up a huge notch. Steph's feeling it. Gets by Murray. Oh my luck. Oh my God. Woo! We're seeing an evolution of this unit.
Oh my word. What?
I think a hold on the screen or something. Steph just beautiful behind. Beautiful.
Here's an alley-oop, like this.
Oh my gosh. Steph barely in control of his dribble, just flips it up.
Jeez.
Oh man.
Oh,
that's fun.
So enjoyable. Oh my goodness, we have so many highlights. then I got to pick the best one.
Yeah,
That one for sure.
yeah,
The
that's
crazy
Steph.
crossover on
Yeah.
Patty. Here's Steph again.
Oh man, and get the dump off to Wiseman, who draws the foul immediately.
Oh, you can see
Do
the
you think
side
Steph's
turning.
so another thing here just to notice is do you think Steph's excited to not see that janky trap stuff that's happening? On the other
Right.
side, I think watching a game like this is why teams trap the hell out of Steph. Because
Yeah.
you cannot let him just do whatever he wants to do out there. You will lose the game.
Right.
But it's fun to see. Wiseman steps up and hits both free throws.
So
We're up to a
satisfying.
21-point lead real fast. That was a
Good
5-point
Lord.
game like a
How
minute
many of
ago.
these just this and the Kings, right?
Yeah.
Have
Yeah, the
been like
Kings is the
total
only game they
dominance.
really blew out. Nice series of moves by Murray there. But Draymond's playing him for the shot the whole way. He's just giving him the jumper.
Look at that pick. Jeez. On the
Oh,
logo.
Draymond.
Oh, be there, kid.
Yeah, he
Okay.
got the foul.
Yeah.
They are looking for Wiseman.
Just
That timing, whatever it is that wasn't
so
really
awesome.
working in those lob timings, like they have really got that down more. Draymond with the fake dribble handoff.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And then,
He was
yeah,
there. He
he
was
just
there.
got,
Oh, okay. Fouls on the ground.
yeah, they always call that.
Here comes
Curry
Steph
gets a
with the
clean look. Wiggins gets the rebound, though. Oh, but Mills
Oh,
stripped him. Clever play by Patty. They'll give Murray that shot. He's not a shooter.
his shot release is suspect.
Yeah, that's been the problem with him. You know, he's a really good defender, pretty good driver, but you can't, you just can't get away with that kind of shot. Wanamaker checks out. Much better minutes with Wanamaker playing with the starters. He looked a little clunky with the bench, but a lot sharper there. Oubre back in to close out here. Steph gets the clean step back.
Oh my goodness.
Oh Lord, they're hyped. Steph with a huge
So
first
many
half,
highlights.
and they'll let Murray shoot that all day.
Okay.
Finally hits one, but again, you'll
Cut it
let him
to
do it.
19.
Yeah, probably don't want
1
him
minute.
quite that wide open, but you'll
Go,
take it.
fellas.
Vassell with the nice little poke there, but Steph still gets it. Puts on a bunch of
Another
moves.
beautiful crossover.
Finds Wiggins. That's fine. It's a great look. Not going to make them all. Patty Mills comes off the screen, misses it. Good rebound there.
You get that Draymond deflection.
And Steph will close out the last possession here.
Here comes. Okay.
Looks like we're preparing for a Dre pick and roll. Oh, Spurs saw that. Steph actually gets it off. No, not quite. Looks like, yeah, didn't quite get the shot off there. Spurs jumped that play pretty sharply. I forget which of their perimeter guys that was, but he played it pretty well. So
That was still fun to watch.
6.7. Yeah.
That's like the only shot clock violation that's actually fun.
Yeah. Bazemore comes in for
launch.
Steph to close out the defense possession. Steph goes out with 20 in the first half on like 7 for 9, I think I saw. Insanely efficient.
Yeah, way to stay in front.
Wiggins. Oh, great defense. Great defense.
Air ball.
19-point halftime lead. Just the starting unit with the best minutes of the year from that starting unit. Yeah, Blue G in the comments saying it's got to be the jerseys. Yeah, I don't know. They're hyped on something in a level that we haven't seen.
Yeah, we get to play them in the jerseys tomorrow too. So we got them against the Knicks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not to get too ahead of ourselves. Like, still need to play another half.
Yeah.
Stranger things happen.
But just so exciting to see. I mean, it's a very weird flipped game. That second unit that's been kind of their heartbeat.
Wiseman. Let's listen to Wiseman.
Oh yeah, he's got the interview.
Same old, same old. That's just gonna go play hard. I actually hate these, but it's cool to see James. Yeah. Same old Draymond question. So we've heard that a million times in the post games and the media availability. So won't bore you guys with that. Got to catch up on some highlights. So why don't you take it away and go ahead and update all of us on NBA stuff and any stats from this game that you see, and I'll be back.
Oh, I'm muted. I should probably
Oh.
unmute myself. I was just talking for a bit there. Anyways, I should know this using Zoom, the amount that I use it. Yeah, I think a couple things, as you noted, Road Karma in the comments there, second unit starting out a bit cold. I think it's interesting to just look up and down the box score in shooting, particularly, so that the bench is 2 for 12, if my math is right there. Yeah, 2 for 12. So the bench is 2 for 12. And the starters are 21 for 31. So the starters are shooting red hot, and the bench really struggled there. That's just weird, you know. Again, like we've said, we've seen this kind of flip in a lot of games. But just looking at the starters shooting, I mean, Draymond's 3 for 3. Wiggins is 4 for 7. Wiseman 4 for 5. Curry 7 for 9. Oubre 3 for 7 with 2 for 2 from threes. Curry's 4 for 5 from 3. They've just been red hot, and a ton of those are at the rim, which is the other really important piece of this. And that's kind of like the opposite again of from what a lot of the other games have been. They have 28 points in the paint, and I'll be willing to bet that a large majority of those are coming in those last couple stretches of the second unit or the first unit closing out the second quarter. It's just, yeah, that's like probably, I think that's unequivocally like the best first half they've played. I mean, I think you probably say that second half against the Lakers when they took care of them is probably a better half because of the competition, but they're just clicking on every cylinder. And the other side of things that's worth thinking about is the Spurs are kind of in the opposite boat. They're 16 for 49 for only 32% shooting, and they have kind of the opposite box score. Like their starters are terrible shooting the ball, and their bench actually kind of kept them in it for a minute there before the Warriors starters came back in. Devontae Murray is leading the Spurs with 11, but he's 1 for 5 from 3, and Draymond's been just kind of begging him to shoot threes. That's been what it's looked like, is he's just sort of baiting him into shooting. Keldon Johnson, who's been having a really good season so far, is 0 for 6. Draymond, whenever switched on him, I saw was also basically baiting him. And yeah, so I think the Warriors have done a good job of sort of like seeing who aren't serious threats from the outside and kind of funneling shots to them. There has been just some weird stuff, like Patty Mills is 0 for 5 from 3. That won't hold forever. He'll make some shots, but so will the Warriors bench players. And I think, you know, there's no reason to believe that this kind of won't hold in terms of the way they're playing. There's nothing really unsustainable, because really the Warriors are getting dunks after layups. You know, if they were just crazy hot from 3, you might say that maybe, you know, the percentages would regress at some point. But in reality, you know, if you're just getting dunks and layups, like you're going to shoot a crazy high percentage. And there's no reason to think that won't keep happening unless the Spurs suddenly have a better center all of a sudden, but they really don't. And that's the LaMarcus Aldridge problem. And just to rail off some random thing from a month ago or 2 months ago, I remember when people, there was this weird rumor floating around that like the Warriors were going to trade the second pick for LaMarcus Aldridge essentially. I mean, there were other pieces to it, but he was like the most exciting part of that. And I always thought that was really stupid. And you're seeing why that would be really stupid, because he's a skilled player, but like he can't play defense and he can't be your center. He cannot be your starting center, and you have a good defense. He could be your power forward, but we have Draymond, so you don't need him. Looking at some stuff in the comments. Hi guys. See, there's 30 of you. It's exciting to see you all sticking with us. Which college players exciting me about the Wolves pick? Yeah, so that's of course the other sort of the other narrative that's interesting about this season. You know, we've got kind of the perfect scenario of dual events happening here, where we've got a fun team that should be competitive, and then we also have, you know, the potential for a high draft pick next year, with the Wolves looking like a really bad team. You know, we still have to hope that they're not the worst, which is going to be interesting down the line. But yeah, I've been kind of keeping an eye on those, you know, sort of the general, not the top picks, but the sort of like guys who are slotted from 4 to 8 or whatever. Because, you know, if the Wolves get pick 1, 2, or 3, we don't get the pick. So, you know, we're not going to get Cade Cunningham. He's kind of the consensus number 1. We're not going to get Jalen Suggs or Evan Mobley. Probably those are kind of where most people are slotting the top 3. But guys, the thing I'm really hoping for in this draft, frankly, is to get a really talented two-way wing player, because I think that's those guys are the most valuable players in the league. You know, your Jason Tatums and such, like those kinds of guys. Obviously, I don't know if there's a Jason Tatum in this draft, but that type of player that can, you know, Jaylen Brown, those types of guys, right? And I think there's a couple guys that could be that type of player, especially also thinking of the Warriors fit. Like that is the kind of spot they have open, especially long term. You know, I like Wiggins the way he's playing right now, but I think once his contract is up, unless he's willing to take a lot less money, we probably can't pay him the next round of money. And so if you had a guy that, you know, was there ready to take his spot, I think that's ideal. So my current interest is Jonathan Kuminga, who I see Brown Dion is mentioning that in the comments. Yeah, he's kind of this mystery box because we only have these G League scrimmages and we don't really have good tape on him yet from this year. But I think if he is the guy that he could be, you know, if he hits on like his ceiling, he can be that two-way wing. You know, he looks like he has insane athleticism, really good like high level athlete shooter, and or his shooting, you know, again, it's sort of like that's the swing skill. Like there's times when it has looked really good and other times when it's a little unclear. So if he is able to hit that jump shot reliably, then I think he's kind of that two-way Tatum, you know, mini Kawhi. Obviously I doubt he's going to be Kawhi, but like that kind of player. Jalen Green's interesting. I don't really love him for the Warriors because I think he needs to kind of be your number 1 guy from what I've seen. Jalen Green is really sort of a like score first guy, and so I don't know. I don't know if he really fits on this team. I think he might be really good, but he kind of needs to be like your number 1 or 2 option from what I've seen. The other player I'm interested in is Zaire Williams in Stanford. Again, looks like kind of a really skilled two-way wing player. Has, you know, all of these guys are crazy young, and sort of like game to game is interesting because they might play really well and then play really poorly. So he's had his ups and downs. But I think again, if you're looking at what the ceiling of Zaire Williams is, you know, you see a guy who can hit a 3, who's 6'8", athletic, can hit a 3, can guard 4 positions. And he clearly is a pretty good passer from what I've seen, which is another sort of thing I'm looking for on this team. You know, and that's kind of the knock on Jalen Green, for instance, is that he's kind of a, you know, looks for his own shot without looking at his teammates particularly. And Jalen Johnson is another really interesting player, who I I've seen a lot of draft people very sort of confused about like exactly where to put him. He's like another sort of 6'9" multi-dimensional player. The shot is a little bit of a question. So if he really can't hit the three, then I'm not that interested in him. But he's like a very good passer, good rebounder, good defender, good ball handler. You know, think of sort of a Ben Simmons type player. But he might actually have a 3-point shot. You know, he doesn't take a lot, but he doesn't hit a terrible amount of them. Um, I mean, I should say that as in he doesn't have a terrible percentage. So if that shot is real and he can make a three, then I think he could project as like a really interesting, you know, secondary playmaker, kind of a, you know, a mix between sort of like Draymond Green and a more wing oriented player. Because it looks like he can play pretty high level help defense already on Duke. But I think it's interesting. I mean, you know, the middle of that draft, the middle of the lottery is really up for grabs right now from what I've been looking around. So any of those guys still have some games to prove who they are. There's been slippage, like the Kentucky guys all look kind of bad this year. Kentucky's really a mess. And so those guys, Boston, the other guy's name, I forget, but they've slipped. So I don't think the Warriors are that going to be interested in them because they seem like they can't shoot at all. So it's kind of, it'll be interesting. I'm excited though. This is kind of my favorite version of a season because I love scouting and looking for the draft. But obviously you know, I like the Warriors to be good too. So it's really fun. It was fun last year to be really seriously scouting the draft, to think about who we were going to take with our clearly really high pick before we knew exactly the number. And this year we get kind of the best of both worlds. We have a fun team, you know, not a title team this year, but a really fun team that I think will be in playoff contention. And if I was the Lakers or Clippers, I wouldn't want to play the Warriors in the first round. I would much rather play any of those other teams that are around that, because you don't want Steph and Draymond in a playoff series. LeBron knows that. Yeah, for people saying Rich is here, I'm by myself for now while he's doing some stuff. Rebecca's off for the day. Just kind of keeping up with some of the questions here. Yeah, guessing about the differential. I don't know. It's so hard to like have any sort of real guesses about that, because who knows what happens. You know, if they go on another run here, Steph doesn't play the fourth, and then it's hard to understand what happens at that point. But you know, the way they're playing, I would be shocked if it wasn't a significant win, unless real wild weird stuff happens. People talking about who's better, Draymond or Pascal. I mean, that's obvious, right? Draymond's significantly better. Pascal's a better scorer, that is clear, but Draymond's better at literally everything else. But that's fine. We don't need Pascal to be Draymond yet. We have Draymond still. I think they're complementary players in that they do kind of opposite things. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question about sort of like, if the Wolves are doing that badly, would they just try to tank a bit to get the number 1 or 2 or, you know, 3 spots so that they don't have to give it up to the Warriors? I don't know. The lottery odds are weird anyways, so that even if the Warriors, or even if the Wolves are the first, second, or third worst team, they still have a good percentage to give up the pick, because they can easily, I think it's like a 50% chance to drop out of the top 3, even if you're in the top 3. And so I don't know how well, you know, how much you can really play for that. Plus, like, the Wizards and Pistons are really bad. So I don't know how much they can control that, really. We'll see. I think that might be interesting if it's really close in the last few games. But who knows? I mean, it's hard to play that kind of math at the end, because you can't control all of it. Yeah, Sharif Cooper, Brown Dion mentioning it. Sharif Cooper's looked really good. I haven't really seen more than some highlights of his, but I've just heard, like, Sam Vecini was tweeting about him for a while today, and I've checked the stats a few times on him. Looks like since he's been back, he's been pretty damn good. Yeah, Rich, we can hear you sort of fidgeting around
Oh,
here.
yeah, sorry guys. I am doing highlights, and I am uploading a promo for Steph pregame on
Oh,
our
and we're back.
Instagram.
In answer to your
Yeah.
question, we will do a short post game. Rich has stuff to do in terms of cutting things together, so we aren't going to like stick around for a long period of time, but we will have a quick debrief afterwards.
Yeah, thanks for holding up the fort there.
Yeah, no problem. So we're back, and Warriors have the ball.
I didn't get a chance to do the TikTok of the highlights. But anyways, 19-point lead. All right, Wiseman.
Yeah, ISO'd on Aldridge.
Couldn't get it.
Calls a jumper. Looks okay, but misses. I would have liked him to try to take Aldridge off the dribble a little bit there.
Just body him type of move, right?
Yeah. Ooh. DeRozan with the just DeRozan moves. Draymond. Oh man, that's one where he probably should have thrown the dump off pass or something. Oh, that's a weird play. So a couple weird little plays there. Spurs score. Lead is 15. Oubre sort of just slipped and fell down on that. Otherwise, he would have been in position. Oh, great pass by Steph to Draymond on the roll.
Steph, the lefty sling.
Wow. Yeah, Steph is showing every skill that he has right now. Oh, man. Wiggins is called. DeRozan's kind of going into head down attack mode, which is tough. He's really, really clever with those little fakes and body adjustments.
Okay, now look. You know I love Damian Lillard. I love the guy, but it's just the fact that there's a Steph Curry that can do that I don't see from Lillard, even though I love Lillard and he's so awesome. This is just another level.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all-time great level. This is like you're putting Pete Maravich together with Reggie Miller, right?
Yeah.
That's just mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's the supercharged Steve Nash.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Steve Nash. All due respect.
Yeah, Nash, who was encouraged to shoot a lot more and was a better shooter, like that version. But also all the off the ball stuff. Speaking of off the ball stuff, oh man.
Oh, I'm so glad that was a score. They'll give him the assist because that's what you do in the NBA. You give those assists, but that was a behind the back, right or left-handed. I can't even remember.
Yeah, I can't remember.
That's the thing is, I wouldn't be surprised if it was left-handed.
Oh man, that's on Steph though. I mean, that's tough. He's trying to box out a bigger dude, but I think Oubre picked up the foul, but it's Steph's man who he couldn't box out to allow that offensive rebound. I mean, it's smart by Keldon Johnson. You know that you're bigger than Steph. Try to go in there and grab a rebound. Good initial defense on the shot, though. And Wiseman cleans up the free throw, still up 16. Oubre pulls a wide open three, misses, but Wiggins gets the offensive rebound, and he's pushed out of bounds. Foul on
Steph with the sort of dunk.
Yeah. with the step dunk. Yeah.
It's so much fun.
I like seeing Wiggins and Oubre both, depending on who's up top and who's in the low spot, like attack the offensive glass like that. I think they can be successful. Draymond pulls another three. Bad miss. Steph gets the offensive rebound. Does not put it in.
Travel.
That's gotta be a travel. Wow. Oh man. They're playing good initial defense, but that offensive rebounding is killing them. 14-point lead.
Oh, that was an and one.
Beautiful drive. Does not get the call, but lead to 16.
He's on one tonight. He's on one tonight.
Yeah.
These shots are incredible today.
Yeah, his like ball handling has been just insane this game. Double Aldridge.
Go,
Nice
go,
defense.
Oubre.
There we go.
Run this. Sure is nice to have James out there setting picks.
Yep. Wide open
Go,
Draymond.
James!
Oh, there we go. That's what we've been waiting for.
Let's do the Bazemore or the Oubre. I actually think they were having fun with Oubre because Oubre always does this, so Bazemore
Yeah.
do.
That's
James! And then
that's the
Brad
Wiseman we've been
comes
hoping
over.
for.
Brad comes over and pushes Wiseman. The love tap.
Yeah. He can assert himself down there like that. This is honestly the best Wiseman we've seen so far. He's not hitting trail threes and the stuff that got everyone sort of salivating in those first couple of games. But like what we're seeing, what we're seeing in this game is really what I would hope is the staple of the player he becomes, and then he can add those, the long range shooting as just another threat to keep the defenses guessing. But his bread and butter is going to be just being 7-1 and crazy athletic, like that is the skill set. And he should be able to assert himself that way from the start.
It's wonderful. Been waiting for that type of dunk from him, like kind of all season.
Yep, for sure. That's kind of the exact play that we've been like, he's not quite doing that, He's up to 14, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Again, really importantly, 1 foul. He's been way more under control on defense. And I think, he's obviously been frustrated as we've seen. But a lot of the reasons Kerr's had to limit his minutes has been Wiseman just getting himself into foul trouble by jumping at fakes and stuff. And he's been way better at that so far.
By the way, I just got to say, that was a fabulous halftime show you gave, because I'm still busy doing these highlights. Thank you to Rebecca. Rebecca's actually still working for us. She's doing the highlights. If you're watching, Rebecca, thank you so much for doing the highlights on Twitter, which allowed me to do this TikTok that I'm trying to do right now. But I digressed a little bit. Where else are you going to get all this knowledge about that draft at halftime? And that was basically you guys commenters asking for that content, so we gave it to you, and I had no idea you knew so many people. I wanted to add that all the names you rattled off, this is such a deep draft next summer, and it wouldn't be that bad to get 4 through 14. It wouldn't be bad to get 12. It would be too bad if we didn't get it in the 1, 2, 3. But anyways, we're back.
Yeah, and then of course we still have our own first. So just getting 2 first rounders is going to be big. Aldridge hits the long jumper. It's the first one we've seen of those from him all game, which is kind of his normal thing. A weird possession going on there. Looks like they're not quite executing quickly, but Steph gets it and goes right to the rim and finishes.
Nice.
Yeah, kind of a blown play. There was clearly like some sort of action that wasn't developing, but Steph just does Steph things. Aldridge gets an open 3, but misses it. Steph with the big, tough rebound there underneath.
How many points we got for Steph right now?
I think 24, 28? Is that?
24?
24, but he's only taken 12 shots. Like, he's just been so efficient.
Just the textbook lefty curl. Everything about that was textbook.
Yeah, so we got horns.
James.
Yeah.
That's where Draymond's going to go,
That was there, but...
That's where James is going to be like, yeah, I know, Dre.
Yeah. He had it, too. He knows he had it.
Go slip that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. God. Steph again with the lazy pass. The second time that Murray has jumped that.
So strange how, he'll have a couple of brain farts. Q and Mike Brown are encouraging him on, but he knows he's like hitting his own head like,
Yeah, I would lose my mind as Steve
as
Kerr
a
also.
coach.
Because it's just
I
like
mean,
you are
yeah,
so smart with the ball, and then sometimes you just throw
right.
it away.
But that's the different, you know, if you're a coach, you're like, that's how you are as a coach. You want
Yeah,
everything to run perfectly, and things just don't add up like this. It doesn't add up. Like, but that's what That's the the crazy personality of Steph.
yeah,
The chaos and the what makes him fun. And so, except just don't do it in Game 7, a la 2016. I thought about that actually the other days. Wouldn't it be nice eventually to have a Game 7 finals for Steph? I mean, you don't never want to, like, let's say we come back to make a Game 7. That would be perfect. But like, I feel like Steph needs that redemption Game 7 sometime in the future. You know, um, so I hope he gets it at some point because it's all about that. He talks about all the time enjoying the moment and staying in the moment and not being afraid of the moment. And I feel like that applies to everything in life. Like, you live your life to be able to achieve those moments, to be there. So the way he's looking at it is he was able to get to Game 7, 2016. Granted, we blew a 3-1 lead, blah blah blah. But it's like those are what you live for, is to have those moments, and whatever happens in those moments is something else. But just to get there as well. So I hope he gets there again and can have the moment that we all were hoping that we would have in that one. Or maybe it was like not meant to be. Like, if Clay didn't tear his ACL, maybe we were able to finagle a Game 7 against Toronto, and then we would have had. So not quite there. So I feel like that's still in his to-do list, sort of like just try to get there, and then hopefully it comes together.
yeah. Well, they were too
Kind of a
dominant
Zen
in the
thing.
other finals.
Yeah, exactly. Too dominating, too boring now.
Oh,
Now
hey,
we'll
is
we'll
that
take
David Diggs?
we will take. Oh yeah, David Diggs. I love David Diggs.
That's cool.
So talented. He's wearing a white Run TMC Warrior starter jacket. Oh my God! Like,
That's
can you?
awesome.
Tonight is like just swag on full tilt right here.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I want one of those. White Run TMC starter jacket.
Yeah, it was nice.
To die for.
Steph coming off, can't get it. Wiseman tips it, no rebound. DeRozan brings it up. So leads 14. DeRozan baits, oh man, baits Wiggins into the pump fake foul. That's the first time DeRozan's really got Wiggins on that. But that's what he does. DeRozan's the master of that, like Dwayne Wade mid-range pump fake, draw the foul, just gets free throws over and over again. Warriors have been very disciplined so far on that. People asking about two-way players and playoff game limits. Yeah, I think Lori has, my understanding was what Lori says. They can't play in the playoffs unless they convert them before the playoffs. All right, DeRozan hits his free throws. We're down to a 12-point lead. Warriors have been a little clunky coming out the gates here. Wiggins ISOs on DeRozan and beautiful dump off to Wiseman, who is recognizing now the timing on when to jump over from the dunker spot and make himself available.
How many dunks is that?
Yeah, he's got a lot.
Hey, it's Lori. Lori from our Discord.
Yeah. Oh, man. Great
I was
rotation there
wondering.
to
That's why I had
force
to
the
go
tough
check.
shot. Curry finds Draymond up to
Oh my
Wiseman.
God.
Oh, man. Yeah,
Ah,
James is feasting tonight.
that's got to be 5 dunks.
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when they get stops, they're really punishing San Antonio. Forced DeRozan into a
Wiseman
three. Great
grabbed
rebound
the
by
rebound.
Wiseman.
It's like, let me get that old man. LMA cannot hang with them.
Curry.
Oh, Steph
Oh
DeRozan
my
with
God.
11. He pulled a DeRozan.
The footwork on that. My Lord.
Oh, man.
And just like
So
that,
enjoyable.
lead back up to 18. Curry with the great defense forces.
And you know what's great about this is assuming we
Foul.
close this out. Oh, God, let's watch this replay.
Yeah,
Okay, there he
perfect.
is. Democratic spot, and then the 1, 2, 3 tic-tac-toe, baby.
Yep. That'll be there all. Then this is just ridiculous. That footwork. Oh my gosh.
Uh,
It's a
okay, so I was
treat.
gonna say
Treat
this
watching him.
putting like 2 games together. Sure, we had Port and Sack, but we also had um,
Oh
the
man,
one that we put
Wiseman
together.
actually verticalities DeRozan there and doesn't get called for the foul, even though DeRozan falls
He
down,
is
which is
just
great.
learning at an exponential rate.
Yep. Curry feels himself.
Oh, no foul, no
Heat
foul.
check,
Yes.
no foul.
Yeah, could have been.
All
I
right.
mean, every single one that he puts up is like, at least 40% possibly a foul. You got to think
Yeah.
about it.
I think Draymond just blocked that DeRozan shot. Bazemore pulls the transition three.
More. Do the Bazemore.
Yeah. Didn't mention Bazemore came in for Wiggins, but he did.
21
For Wiseman.
points.
Wiseman. Or
21.
sorry, Oubre. Messed that up. Oh man. That was tough. Yeah.
That's okay. It's like
That's okay. Yeah.
can't
That's a
play
great.
perfect the whole time. And then I love how Draymond went up to him and just patted him on the back. I mean, on the front like this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
God,
Yeah.
it's
I
like
mean,
I want to play for this team.
that's the kind of thing where, like, if that's your second foul, like, nobody cares. That's fine. You contested a shot. The guy got a nice move on you. Whatever.
Yeah.
You just don't want to do that when you have 3 fouls already.
How many fouls does he have then?
That's just 2 now.
Okay. You had me.
Draymond way more aggressive looking to drive. Finds Wiseman. He's got to go up with it.
Yes, he's got to use his power.
Yeah, that fadeaway was a bad idea. Anyways.
Steph!
Steph! Oh my gosh. Rims
But
out.
another great fake shot that just everyone bid on. Like 2 guys bid on, and
his
the
ball
entire
handling
defense
has been insane. Oh, good rotation there. And wow, Spurs recover. Good save there.
Another great closeout by Wiggs.
Yep. Forced the contested 3. Defense clicked in, offense clicked in, leads 18.
Whoa, Patty's holding Steph, guys.
Yep.
Zebras.
Good to recover. Draymond recovers. Wiggins gets the corner 3. Can't make it. Oh, Wiseman almost grabbed that. Yeah, that's good. He can fight for those. I think he got a finger on it and wanted it, but you can't be mad about that. That's just whatever. Great minutes from Wiseman in there. Looney gives him a spell. Yeah, this is the best we've seen. 20 minutes, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Again, I keep pointing out those assists because that's something we haven't really seen a lot from him, and that's going to be huge if he's going to be able to pass. They're going under on Murray every time and daring him to shoot. He hits that long too. But they clearly are playing him to just take jumpers.
Yep, right there. Wiggins fell asleep for a split second. Steph was coming over.
Yeah.
And Draymond was like, yo.
Looney cleans it up. Just everyone, Wiggins ended up having like 3 guys on him when he released that, and Looney cleans it up. Leads up to 18. Second unit kind of holding steam. Murray pulls a 3 short. Yeah, he just doesn't have that shot. Curry gets by Mills, finds Bazemore in the corner. Foul on Looney? on the screen or what? What happened there?
Sorry, I'm still doing the TikTok.
No, no worries. Bazemore. Oh, Bazemore stepped out of bounds when he caught it. That was it. I didn't think there was a foul, but who knows? Wiggins subs out for Oubre. I feel like Kerr's mixing and matching his wings a lot like faster. Like each of them plays a few minutes and then one steps out and then the next one comes in. Good
Can you
rebound.
imagine having another one, our draft pick, assuming it happens? That'd be great.
Yeah. Bazemore
Well,
takes advantage of the short mills.
I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, though. We don't know
Yeah, I mean,
what's going to happen.
we'll see. But yeah, adding potentially 2 first-rounders to this group is exciting. And one potentially really high one. DeRozan gets, but oh wow, Looney, great block on the and then they just have to wrap Draymond up on transition. Great help by Looney there on DeRozan. Oubre made it kind of an off-balance shot, and then Looney finishes him off. It's perfect by Looney. That's just textbook help. Oh, I looked away and the Warriors scored. Don't know what happened there. Somebody scored. Lead is up to 22. Patty Mills misses. Curry boxes out in the cell. Damian Lee subbed in.
Fake floater by Steph.
Man, Damian Lee is in a weird little slump.
Isn't that crazy? Like, it's hard to get them all clicking at the same time.
Yeah,
it's just hard.
It's just basketball.
Yeah. I mean, you got 12 guys in a rotation.
Yeah, they're just not all going to shoot well. But, okay, Lepidopter is saying that Bazemore was the one who scored when I wasn't looking. Cool. Yeah, I mean, Lee's getting wide open looks, so just keep doing it. He'll eventually make them. Oubre gets fouled by Rudy Gay on the draw.
TikTok is up.
Steph's on a triple-double watch, by the way. 26 points. He already has 10 rebounds and 7 assists. But odds are he won't play enough in the fourth, if at all, to get there. Unless the second unit totally crumbles. All right, Oubre hits 1 of 2, and the lead is 21, 69-90. All right, Spurs trying to play 2 for 1 here. Get a high screen with Pirtle. Gay drives. Looney contests well. Pirtle gets offensive.
Damian.
Steph's going to pull for a 2 for 1.
Wow, that was far. That was from Vallejo.
Steph is the most shot thirsty when it can be a 2 for 1. That's
right
like his
in front
drug.
of Steve. Right that's there. His, the center of Taste Center.
As long as he's getting the 2 for 1 and they are playing well, Steve will be okay with that. Got a 3-second shot clock, game clock differential. DeRozan gets walled off. Tough shot. Oh, but they get the offensive board.
1.4. Oh, Steph. Was that Steph? Oh, no.
Did they get a travel there?
Dang it. Yeah,
Steph traveled on it.
It looked like a travel. Yeah, it did look like a travel.
Yeah. All right.
How many turnovers does he have?
He has like 4, I think.
5. Okay.
4, yeah. Yeah, not amazing. Bazemore blocks the inbound anyways.
Oh, Baze. Yeah.
Nice. So we go into the fourth up 19, 71-90.
have we been this satisfied through 3 quarters? I mean, yeah, Sacramento, but geez, this is,
Yeah, knowing that the
like,
Spurs have been playing a lot better than Sacramento was, this feels like a better game. They also just I feel like
yeah,
they're playing better. Sacramento
right.
felt like more, they were just making a ton of
Yeah,
shots.
Sacramento was bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody's asking, and Lepidoptery was asking in the comments about sort of like what's happening when Steph gets these high rebound totals. And we've seen this before. Steph leading both teams in rebounding right now with 11 as the high.
Love it.
I mean, I think there's a couple things happening. Draymond and Looney are excellent at boxing out. And really what that means, you saw this in OKC with Steven Adams being kind of a box out artist as well, that he all these guys, Looney, Steven Adams, Draymond, they're really excellent at just keeping their man from getting to the rebound. But what that usually ends up meaning is somebody else actually gets the rebound and not those guys, because they're concentrating on just getting their guy out of the way. And so that opens it up for wings and point guards and stuff to grab those rebounds. That's a lot of the reason why Westbrook was able to get, to average his triple double, is because Steven Adams was just walling off the opposing center pretty effectively every time. Curry benefits from that too. And Curry's also just always been an above average rebounder for his position. I mean, he just is smart. Like, it's a lot of just him sort of diving in when he sees there being an opening, and also just like knowing that that's part of his role to help out on the rebounding. But he's just really smart with his positioning, really. And Looney and Draymond, when they're both in there, they usually open up that space for him to kind of slide in and grab a lot of them. For his size and relative athleticism, he's probably one of the better rebounders. Yeah. Historically, he's always averaged around 5 or more rebounds, and that's like a lot for a 6'3" slight guy, One of the many things that he doesn't get really appreciated for, honestly. I think people kind of gloss over the fact that he's that good of a rebounder for the kind of player he is. And he's not Westbrook averaging 11, 12 rebounds or whatever, but he's also, Westbrook's a different level of athlete, and you'd expect that. All right, we're back. Second unit. Let's see if they can have a better chunk of minutes here to just kind of close it out. Be nice to see, yeah, Gay gets ISO down on the post and drops in a little jump hook. Be nice to see Pascal get going a little bit here with this unit. He had trouble with Pirtle in the first half. Gets by him here. Perfect. There you go, Pascal. So Pirtle's a much better shot blocker than Aldridge, but what you do with shot blockers, as Pascal just showed, is you give them a little fake because they get thirsty for that block. And then Pascal makes him jump up in the air and gets a nice, easy little rim shot. And then Bazemore kind of falls down on Patty Mills on the other end. Mills draws the foul. To the question in the comments, yeah, Curry is easily a top 5 point guard. Probably top 1 point
guard.
Yeah. People just don't recognize because he missed a year.
You're right. It's him and Magic all time, but like it's hard to compare those two.
Oh yeah, well. Yeah. All time is a more complicated question. Right now, it's
right now, yeah. Oubre getting calls.
Yeah, they're getting to the rim. Whether they're getting fouled or not, like they're really getting that penetration and slashing.
That's the thing is I'll always be biased on that because I've seen Steph up close. Now, if I saw Magic up close, then I'd probably be biased with Magic because he's probably a really cool guy to be around as well. Yeah. But I've actually been around Steph, and all of Dub Nation has been around Steph. You're close enough. He's been exposed to him 10, 11 years. So yeah, just that part of it. Just
Yeah. And it's, it's hard to compare eras that far
Well,
from each other or whatever, but
yeah, exactly.
but yeah,
we
man.
kind of don't want to do that.
Yeah. But
I'm
just,
not a guy to really compare.
oh, great defense there. Bazemore cuts off the pass. Oubre picks it up.
The combination.
Yeah.
Those
Pascal
7-foot wingspans. Oh,
Wanamaker gets the clean look but can't hit. Bench is not hitting threes, but otherwise they are doing a lot. The defense of this bench unit has really picked up from that first stint. And right as I say that, they give up an open hook shot to Pirtle. But in any case, in general, 94-75 now. They can hold this level of lead for a few more minutes, then Curry's night is probably over. Wanamaker gets called for the travel. Rudy Gay kind of poked it away, and it kind of screwed up Wanamaker's footing there. Yeah, I agree, Anonymous. Curry is top 5 period player right now, much less by position. They try to lob to Pirtle, collects and finishes. I mean, this is sort of the second unit problem is size. Pirtle's not great, but he's big enough to cause some problems. Leads 17. Maker probes, kickball, they'll reset. They're calling out some sort of play. Damian Lee wide open in the corner, but Gay recovers fast enough. Pascal goes right at Pirtle, but Pirtle blocks his shot. Bazemore clears, pulls from 3. Oubre gets the offensive rebound. Lee pulls from 3, and finally Lee finds one. There we go. Nice to see Damian hit one. I think his foot was on the line, but still, just nice to see him hit a jumper. 77-96. Oubre gets called for a sort of off the ball, chasing a guy around the screen foul.
Well, House of Highlights, because I subscribe to them on, just to see what they're doing. They're already assuming Steph's not coming back. 26 points, highlights.
I mean, I think that's safe to assume.
That'd be funny if he could come back in and have like a shot a technical or something. 27 points.
Oubre gets called for a technical for
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't. Yeah. You can't wave your hand at the ref.
I also I don't know. I feel like some of that's a little weak. Lee gets caught.
Sure, yeah. Yeah. No, but that's practically in the rule book now.
I know.
You can't do that.
Just feels kind of silly, but whatever. Lee fouls Johnson pretty hard on that. Johnson got him up in the air on the pump fake. Ooh, that might be.
I have the debate with Rebecca every single time. To me, because I still don't understand the rule, that's a flagrant because it's like, oh yeah, that looked bad. So that's enough for a flagrant. But it is going to be a flagrant. That'd probably be a flagrant in the back in the day when we all knew what a flagrant was, because he just swung and missed. And he hit the guy, and that's what you get for swinging and missing.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but that usually, you're right, that usually gets called flagrant.
Yeah.
Again, it's, the rule is not about intention. Everyone always misunderstands that. It's not about intention. Damian Lee obviously not trying to hurt him or anything, but it doesn't matter. If you get a big swing at someone's face, even if it's an accident, that's pretty much always a flagrant.
Yeah, the unnecessary and excessive rule that Fitz will repeat and repeat. I mean, it's even more like, I feel like the rule now is any little bit unnecessary and any little bit excessive, then or excessive and or. So yeah, the rule is very, very how would you say, soft now, I guess.
That's about
for sure.
Top 3 players. I don't know. I don't really care.
Do we have
honestly.
To rank these? I'm tired of these top that.
Yeah, I don't.
Go on Twitter and you can debate with people all day on there.
I think it's more interesting to think about like who's in sort of the tiers of player, because that's like more worthwhile to think about in terms of like
Man, God, you're such a nice, there's your school teacher training, not being condescending to anyone. I'm just condescending. I'm like, no comparisons because Steph doesn't want to talk about comparisons right now. Sure, we can talk about that later, and it's like whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to really get into that because then
yeah,
you throw other people under the bus. Like, who'd you leave out? Oh, now you're dissing those guys, and it's like, nah. I love everybody. I love all the great players. So
yeah.
why can't we
And
go with that?
once you get to the top 10 players, really, like it just
They're all
becomes
phenomenal players.
so hard to split the little differences and whatever. Curry is very obviously in that top echelon, however you want to do it. That's, I think, all that's worth
Oh man.
talking.
Yeah.
Damian Lee gets ejected. Wow, that's a flagrant
Oh, so that's
two.
flagrant two.
That I was
And
not
okay,
expecting.
okay, yeah. Oh gosh,
Yeah,
it looks so bad from that angle.
it
So
does.
bad. It
And he
looks
kind
like
of knew it.
put your head on a pedestal and let me just slap it, and yeah. And it's obviously not intending to hurt him, which is
Yeah,
kind of the old rule. But that's the old rule. Like intent doesn't matter. That it looks terrible. So
yeah, that looked real bad. Okay, so Warriors bring in a
good ball.
center. We're gonna see Pascal at the 4 now in this unit. Looney coming in.
Interesting. Yeah.
So really not a lot of shooting
Wait a
out there,
minute.
but
Damian Lee added to their story. Hold on.
maybe they can control Pirtle.
I gotta
Oh,
check
great
this.
steal. Wanamaker steals the inbound, but I guess he stepped out of bounds.
Oh
Oh
boy.
man. Yeah, I
So
think
Dustin and Damian.
Wanamaker stepped out of bounds as
Is
he was
this just
straddling the line there.
coincidence? Is this just coincidence or yeah, it's just a coincidence that I got a notification from Instagram 5 hours after he posted a story on Instagram. I hate that when I get the 5 hour notification. But Damien, yeah.
Uh, I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, I missed it. Anyways, up 16, 9 minutes.
Okay, so this is sort of crucial couple of minutes here.
Yeah.
The
Put
flagrant
him
and
away.
stuff.
Oh boy.
Not crucial in oh
Yeah. Oh
boy.
gosh. That's not what we
It's
want.
crucial in that this is going to mean you have to bring Steph and Draymond back in the game. I think at this point that's
Which
just
I secretly want because the
yeah.
aggregator assumed it was over.
Oh man, you can't give another and one. So this is going to be a 5-point possession potentially, be with the flagrant and then the and one. Well, he misses the free throw. So 14-point game. If they can push the lead back out, then you can preserve Curry's minutes. But on a back-to-back, like you really want to preserve him.
True. Never mind. I take it back.
Bazemore with the nice swing. Spurs are really rotating quickly. Bazemore gets the open look. My
Oubre. God, that was an incredible putback slam by Oubre. Oh, that becomes the best highlight of the night.
That is certainly in the mix. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's been so many great ones. It's just, oh man, Sports
Bazemore with a great contest on that. It looks like Kerr's putting Wiggins back in, but not for Draymond yet. He's hoping, I think, that they just don't have to. If they can close out here. Pascal pulls up, hits a jumper, and we're back up to 18.
Wow, that was so vicious.
Wow, that dunk was crazy.
Oh my goodness. I'm waiting for the replay eagerly. Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Ooh. That's a jaw drop. Hey. Oh man.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so that's important. Important little stretch there. That might preserve Curry and Draymond for the back-to-back. Important just in thinking about that. Curry's at 30 minutes, Draymond's at 26 minutes right now. So I think,
Yeah.
even if he has to come back and play another 2 or 3 minutes, like that isn't the end of the world. But, you'd like him to if he could just sit at 30 minutes and be really fresh for tomorrow, then that's great. This is one of those games where Steph stat line is going to get, it's going to look in the stat line like he had a pretty good game, but because he doesn't have to play the fourth quarter. But he's going to wrap with 26, 11, and 7. James Wiseman this time won't get a lot of minutes because he was so good in those minutes that he now doesn't have to play the fourth quarter. A different reason for his minutes to get capped this time.
I'm sure he's still got the puppy attitude.
Yeah.
Puppy in a cage metaphor from Steph.
Well, he'll have another soft matchup with the Knicks. They don't really have. I mean, Mitchell Robinson is like a jumpy center, but he's really foul prone and young also, and so Wiseman will not have to deal with some. Jokic was just an unbelievably terrible matchup, and the Lakers just present all sorts of problems for him, and so I'm really excited. This kind of has gone the way I was really hoping it would. That these games would give him a lot of confidence playing a softer schedule. And they're showing highlights of Wiseman now on all of these pick and rolls with Steph, dunk after dunk after dunk. Yeah, this has easily been his best game, really, I think. On both ends too. I mean, the dunks will obviously get the notice, but he was really solid on defense. Only a couple real noticeable errors. And everyone will make a couple errors. Pascal forces Gay into a really tough step back and he misses. Oubre clears. Got some horns action. Oubre takes it. Had the open three. Still open. Takes it. Misses it. That's fine. Oubre's hit a couple today. Johnson attacks Looney. Looney really solid, but Johnson gets into his body and is able to finish. Leads at 16. See if Pascal can attack Rudy Gay and get into his body a bit. Does that. Turn around. Can't finish, but draws the foul. Yeah, Lepidoptery. I know it's interesting, right? The Spurs are really not shooting well from three. But I think part of that, I mean, some of that is fluky. 3-point shooting is fluky every game. Like it's so variable that you'll have weird results all the time. But the Spurs are also like they're often efficient, but they have a lot of like not great shooters that are out there on the court. Kind of just their team. Pascal makes only 1 of 2, leads at 17 now. And the real fluky thing for the Spurs has been that Patty Mills has not been able to make a shot. That's the only one that's like he normally would make all of those. Great defense again. Johnson ends up falling out of bounds with the ball, and Warriors will take it over. And Curry's checking in. Hey.
All right. I mean, yes and no. Like,
so
I definitely.
My hope is,
go ahead.
It's like a 2-minute stretch. Just blow the lead out and then sit down.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I would hope.
Everyone's hoping that, including Steph.
No Draymond still, so they're preserving him.
Please score, though. I want the aggregators to take.
Wiggins gets a wide open 3 on the step.
I would have preferred him not to play, but.
Yeah, great screen there by Steph. Won't get any credit for that. Oh man,
Looney over an aggregator. 18 points.
18. Gay just hit a tough shot. Looney with the man. Yeah, Wanamaker knows. He knows. He knows he had that.
So open.
Yeah, Wanamaker's been okay this game. I mean, I think this is kind of the Wanamaker experience, is that nothing flashy. He's just going to kind of be okay. We find an open pass goal. He doesn't want to shoot. Wiggins has the open look. Nails it.
Laser.
I think that will do it, frankly.
21 points.
Wiggins hits 2 threes. Wiseman's set to check in.
Yeah.
So Wiseman will get his minutes up. Great defense. Off corner 3, and they miss. Man, the Spurs have just been super cold. Steph wants a shot.
Jeez, careful.
Oh, boy.
Why not?
Wide open Wanamaker cans it.
Next dead ball, Steph's coming out, I bet.
Yeah.
Yep. There's
Jordan Poole set to check in.
I was going to say Damian, but he's ejected.
Would have been.
With the headband, would have been.
I mean, Curry didn't make any of those shots, but his presence definitely helped create those.
Free throws, so Steph's coming out.
Yeah. Well, no more points for Steph.
Highlights wins.
But yeah, he ends up with 31 minutes. I don't agree with this Wanamaker hate I'm seeing. I think your expectations are off if you're frustrated at Wanamaker. I think it's just you don't. Yeah, Wanamaker is who he is, and he's been missing.
Oh my God, really?
He's been missing some shots, but like I think he's been largely what you want. Wiseman getting some run here with the second unit. We'll see what he can do without Curry on the court. See if he can put up some shots. Maybe he'll look a little bit more aggressive for his own shot on these. Yeah, we've got Wiggins and Poole. Yay. Wiggins finds Wiseman with the finish again. Wiseman's got 20 now. I think, yeah, there's a lot of like weird overreactions going on in the comments. I'm not going to dignify these ridiculous MVP comments that we have. But yeah, I think Wanamaker's fine. He's just not he's just not an exciting
balancing out.
He's just not an exciting player. He's fine. He is what he is.
I mean, he was great in the bubble.
Yeah. Wiseman, rims out that jumper.
Like I keep saying this about him. Like when Marcus Smart went out, he became Marcus Smart for the Celtics. Like you were there going, wait, I thought Marcus Smart sat down, and he was the guy. Like he held up the fort. He was like, another version of Marcus Smart out there on defense. And it was just fantastic to watch. And really, I wasn't even rooting for the Celtics. I'm like, who is this guy? Like, I was rooting for the whoever they played. Was it Bucks? I remember.
Well, and the Heat.
I was rooting for the Bucks.
Oh no, the Heat, not the Bucks.
Yeah, I was rooting for the Heat, and Wanamaker was getting on my nerves, which means he played well.
Yeah, I think
that's your result. That's what you need to go look at. That's like what other examples, what other film do you need than the actual bubble playoff? So I rest my case.
Yeah. Anyways, there's some high-level trolling going on in the comments that we can move on from.
I'm not even gonna look. Yeah. Oh, good. Because I know you guys, you got your real fans out there who are saying good things about Wanamaker.
This guy's he's joking, anyways. But people having real sort of interesting questions about who's the MVP leader at this point in the season. I mean, I don't know. Is it boring to say LeBron? I don't like. He hasn't had the same kind of numbers, but I mean, I think you look at the standings.
They always look at the standings. Always, like it's been that way since day one, since they invented the trophy.
I think Jokic's stat lines are bonkers. If the Nuggets go on a stretch where they get back up to like the third seed or whatever, then he has a real shot at it because he's putting up crazy numbers and he's just clicking on all of it. He's like a center averaging a triple double, which is insane. but they're not winning enough. So I don't think he has a shot at it yet. Luka was sort of the early favorite, but his team, again, they just haven't been winning enough. So I think Jokic and Luka have a shot at it. They just have, their teams have to do better. And LeBron, if the Lakers are the best team in the league and LeBron's having the season he has, then probably him. It is very interesting that LeBron hasn't won an MVP in a pretty long time. I mean, and then of course on the East, I don't think Giannis will win it again, but he certainly is putting up the numbers that are the same as last year, essentially. Like he just kind of does what he does. And I do think Steph has a very legitimate shot at it if the Warriors, but the Warriors would have to outperform your expectations of where they end up, which is very possible. I think the way the West looks right now, where kind of other than the two LA teams, everyone's pretty clumped up. If the Warriors went on a big run in the second half of the season and they end up third or fourth in the West, then Steph has a legitimate case. But we'll see. Yeah, Paul George is having a really great season. Obviously, we all remember what happened in the playoffs last year, but that doesn't matter when you're thinking about this year. All right. Game is still happening, I guess, though it's pretty over. 88-112. Kind of just interested in seeing if Poole can show anything and if Wiseman does some more stuff. Wanamaker gets to the rim, but Pirtle blocks it, or at least bothers it enough that it's essentially blocked. Pirtle's been pretty good as a rim protector. Would love to see Jordan Poole get a little bit of something going here. Wiseman gets the foul on a drive on a contest. All this Jeremy Lin thing, we've talked about this before. I don't know why everyone's so thirsty for Jeremy Lin. It's not happening. He's playing in the G League. We're not signing him. Let's move on.
Yeah. I mean, the roster's set. What are you going to do?
I get it. He's a local guy. We have these feelings about him. It's cool, but it's not happening. Get used to Wanamaker and get over your weird feelings about him. He's just not that exciting of a player. He's a solid player. He's fine. He is what he needs to be most of the time. All right, Wiseman gets ISO'd on Pirtle, does a little dribble handoff. Wanamaker wide open three, can't make it, but Wiseman gets the offensive rebound, at least for a second, then it gets poked out, and Spurs recover. Wow, really athletic finish there by Pirtle, but still a 20-point lead. Let's see, does Jordan Poole have something? Okay, little drive, but that's a pretty low percentage fadeaway thing. Better defense from Wiseman. So he's putting together the verticality. He's still a little slow on the next piece of it. There we go. Poole gets the wide open corner.
Finally. That should feel really good for him. 2 minutes.
Yeah. Mulder in too.
All right, Mulder got to play, even though
he can thank Damian Lee for getting ejected.
Right.
Still giving up offensive rebounds, but travel on the Spurs right after. Pascal coming back in. I think Wiseman will sit and take his starter's rest.
Wanamaker.
They're letting Wiseman play. I like this by Kerr. Just like he's young, he only played 20 minutes before this. Just let him run around. And he had a really great game, so reward him.
Oh, careful, JP.
Man, yeah. Too much dribbling. And then fouls Vassell.
It's tough. It's just tough to come in here, haven't played in a while, So on the one hand, Steve will always say, yeah, he'll say exactly what I said. But on the other hand, that's kind of a mark against. I mean, it's make or miss kind of league, even on dribbling. So
Yeah. And Poole,
tough.
man, I I hope he
Feel for
shows
the guy.
something soon.
Like if he played for what? Name a team. Minnesota, Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
He might get more minutes than on. Let's face it, we have a pretty deep team.
That's sort
So
of the problem for him is he really needs to
yeah,
he needs to like beat out Damian Lee essentially, and he's not doing
and
that.
yeah, it's tough to do. But look at
Pulls
that.
another three and hit. I mean, that's what he's got to show. If he can show that
Just do it.
he's
Yeah,
hitting
just go
open
ahead and do it.
shots,
Yeah,
something. Look at
that's
that
actually
3-point field goal comparison. My God. Spurs 3
yeah.
for 35. Did I see that right?
Wow. I've
So
not seen something like that in a while.
yeah, geez. 3 for 32, but still
I got to get
horrendous.
my laptop ready for the post game, people. So
Um,
excuse me for a minute.
Foul there on Wiseman. Again, not a big deal because the game's over. But I do think that Wiseman is still putting together how to couple that verticality play with then actually still sliding. Because like what we'll see him do is he'll just wall up vertical, and he's getting better at not getting called for fouls and just doing that. But you still have to like contest the shot. He's just kind of being a body there. And the next step is putting those two together. Poole gets the run out. Can he get 3 in a row? Yes, he can. All right. Jordan Poole with 3 threes in his limited minute.
All right, Jordan. Happy for him.
Making his case.
Yep.
There we go. Better defense there. Forces a tough runner. Poole pulling for his fourth. Can't make it. That's fine.
Check.
He gets that heat check. And that
11
will do it.
seconds. Yeah. All right. Cool.
96,
Okay,
121.
I feel like Kerr's gonna hit the podium real quick. So why don't you go ahead and
Yeah. Oh, they hit a dumb
whatever
last second
thoughts
three.
you yeah, I probably screwed up somebody's bet somewhere. But anyway,
Yeah. I
22
mean,
points, maybe.
yeah, so we end up 99, 121, 22-point lead.
Oh, that's cool. Seeing Mike Brown and Popovich and Kerr give each other
Yeah.
forearm bumps because it's a pandemic.
Yeah.
That was cool to see. But go ahead.
Yeah,
What
I mean,
you
I
got
think
for us coming up?
not a ton to say that we didn't already say about the game, since it's been over for a while. We kind of said all we needed to say. But the big takeaway is that's the best the starting unit has looked all year. Every one of those 5 guys had a really good game. Some of them, like Draymond didn't have the stats that he had in previous games, but he was making the offense flow. Curry was insane. Wiseman's best game of the season. Wiggins quiet 18, 7, and 3 on efficient shooting. And Oubre was had a little bit harder shooting night, but still ends up with 16 and 9 and 2 steals and a block. Really the highest level that you have seen that starting unit play at. And this is right after some pretty intense criticism of that unit. And so I don't know, who knows if they're motivated by that and that's why or whatever, or if it's just the Spurs matchup was a good one for them. But that's really encouraging and the second unit played better in the fourth quarter stint than they did in that second quarter. So you kind of have really probably the most complete game we've seen from this team, from tip to finish. The Lakers game, you had kind of a weird up and down thing, like they had really great stretches and really got outplayed in other stretches. Same with that Clippers game and stuff. So this is the most like start to finish level of excellence that I think we've seen against a pretty good team that looked, we looked a lot better than the Spurs in this game. Like it looked like we were not in the same level of competition, and the Spurs should be, as we said in the beginning, right around the same finish as us. So that's encouraging. But we got the Knicks
Yes,
up
sir.
tomorrow. That maybe is a more interesting thing to think about. Knicks are weird. They've been playing a little better than they kind of would be expected to. Thibodeau's their new coach, and he clearly has sort of motivated them more than last year, even though it's largely the same team. Thanks, guys, who are shouting us out in the comments and appreciating us. We appreciate you too. But yeah, I think they're kind of the same team as they were last year. They're just better coached. It's still like a lot of Julius Randle doing stuff, which Draymond should gobble up pretty efficiently. And then they don't have a lot of shooting. RJ Barrett is still like not particularly a good shooter, and he's kind of their other secondary playmaker. And we'll get to see Obi Toppin. I haven't got to see much of him because he got injured in the second game. So he was out for a bit. So we'll see Obi Toppin, the rookie. But honestly, they're not a good team. And, if we bring the kind of energy we brought tonight, we should be able to take them as well. And I think, again, it's a good matchup for Wiseman. There's no quick, crazy talented guards for him to have to slide with on the perimeter or anything. There's no crafty veteran center or anybody that he's going to have to deal with. I think he'll have an easier set of, as the Warriors keep saying, the pictures that he's seen, they keep using that terminology. Like, he'll have a much sort of slower game than he's had to play against the Lakers and Nuggets and that sort of murderer's row that he went through for a little bit. So I'm excited. I think they have a really good shot to put together a bit of a streak here. You've got the Knicks and then back-to-back Wolves game, and it would be really nice to get a little 5-game streak going on here, which would be great moving forward.
All right, thanks. Got to go now because Steve Kerr will show up pretty soon on this Zoom call. And if anybody wants to participate in these, I don't want to say participate, but observe these Zoom calls. Not even observe, but sometimes we run some of the, not to give too much away, but some of the audio. So you have to kind of just get in touch with me, and we'll figure out how to get you on the Discord. It's a members only type thing. So, but just ask, and we'll get to know each other like that. All right, thanks, Gabe. See you soon. I'm off to cover the Kerr thing.
Yeah, thank you all for
Take care,
tuning in.
everybody.